Hello everyone, and welcome back to another trailer reaction with the best boys, Getselious and Sithscott.
Hello.
And we're reacting to another Sonic gameplay video done by our good friends at IGN, because for the entire month of June, they'll be displaying all the... Okay, you're going to hear them say it, so I don't need to spill it for you. But before we get started, be sure to sub to the channel and hit the bell as well so you'll be notified next time we go live with content. And with that out the way, let's start the video. Ah, yes, IGN first, while we're
Sonic's
second.
done a lot in 30 years. He's been a pioneer of the high-speed 2D platformer, an Olympic athlete, a respectable kart racing enthusiast, a fighter, a TV star, and a Hollywood blockbuster movie star as well. But he's
True.
never done open world, and Sonic Frontiers fixes to change that. I was fortunate enough to be one of the first people outside of Sonic Team to go hands-on with Sonic Frontiers, and let me just say, if you're worried about how the blue blur will fare in this unfamiliar genre, well, I think Crush 40 probably put it best. Open your heart, it's gonna be alright.
Wow. Thanks. Oh god, thanks Trust 40.
The first thing that struck me about Sonic Frontiers was how uniquely somber and serene it was right from the outset. After flying into a wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island.
Thanks for the spoiler.
Nothing but an AI voice
Spoilers.
guiding him to collect the Chaos Emeralds. There's no one for Sonic to bounce quips off of, no energetic Crush 40 soundtrack, just wide open fields as far as the eye can see.
Alright, you keep
There's
mentioning
no air
Crush
of
40.
mystery
I get it, okay? You think you're the one who's missed Crush 40? I'm right here.
Home even further by
We're
the
right
fact
here.
that
I miss
get
it too,
minimalist
you know.
melodies that
I'm sorry, man.
as he explores the island. All of this is a very intentional choice. I asked Sonic Team head Takashi Iizuka to describe how the tone of Sonic Frontiers differs from previous Sonic games, and he said, past games in the Sonic series have taken different tones depending on their stories and themes. This time, these mysterious islands are the game's major setting. That's why our artists have worked hard to create a mysterious mood. Of course,
Honestly,
the
true.
big
I feel
mood
it in the
change
music.
Sonic Frontiers is the
Yeah,
shift from
it's a
purely
lot
linear
different
levels
than
to
Sonic
a
music
huge
in the
open
past.
world where Sonic can freely run in any direction. But Sonic Team doesn't like to use the term open world to describe Sonic Frontiers' gameplay, instead referring to its style as being open zone. Open world games like Zelda or other AAA games fundamentally have RPG or adventure worlds. For Sonic, the core here is a 3D action game. Our basic idea was to have that take place in open space. What sets Sonic Frontiers apart is this different approach to an open game world.
You know what? I respect them making the difference, because it's still
Yeah.
focusing on like zones and level to do the thing. And I guess the best way to describe it would be like before we got more intricate with the open world genre, we could describe it like Donkey Kong 64 or Jack and Dexter or Mario 64, where here's a hub world. These go to the forest, go to this zone, go to this part of the castle, and here are levels you can explore. But then you have to go
Yeah.
back to another zone. So I think that's the mention they're trying to get at, because because to them open world games would be a little more detailing in what they do. If that's the way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I kind of respect them saying so, as well as, you know, again, some of the world in here, again, as I mentioned many times, reminded me of Phantasy Star, Online 2, New Genesis, and I think that like the zones in that world work because they have the Alio zone, the Rentum zone, and then soon the Ice zone, the Kuvari zone. I'm probably pronouncing that correctly, and each zone interacts with each other differently based on the quest you do. But there's things you do in each zone before you go to another zone and do stuff. So if you're like you want to grind for like Rentum fruits to to feed yourself to get items, you grind there. You want to grind for some Alio meats to buff yourself from an Alio, like that. I think they're, to make a strong story short, I think they're thinking of, here are hub zones that you're free to go anywhere, but each hub zone has X amount of levels.
Yeah. It reminds me, I think of like what the first Sonic Adventure had something like that, where they had like basically two zones.
Yeah, like Station Square, which had the banger, and then I thought, and the one in the There was Station Square, and there was
And there's like the Lost Ruins or something. It
the
was
Lost
called.
Ruins. Yeah, the one with the I forgot the name of the ship. Yeah, it had the tornado up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, both. The funny thing is, I remember Station Square because of music. I don't remember the other zone, but I do remember what the other zone is that you could take a train to get there. I like that in Sonic Adventure 1. You could take the train.
Having played Sonic Frontiers for about 4 hours,
Yeah.
it's easy to see what Izuka-san means.
Ooh,
Sonic
4 hours,
Frontiers'
not bad.
open zone design is very different from
The
any
highest
other
of IGN
open world
playthrough
play.
right there.
It's a giant playground. Every few feet, there's a bumper spring that bounces you like a pinball between 5 other bumpers before putting you on one of the many grindable rail tracks. Or a speed ramp that sets you on a completely different path leading to some other collectible or reward. Or a line of rings that you can lightspeed dash into.
Lightspeed dash is
they've
back,
taken
that's
that
good.
core appeal of every
Yay.
Sonic level having multiple paths that eventually loop back around to the main one, and applied that to these giant non-linear open zones. One thing that has to be noted is that very few of these elements are built into the environmental design, meaning that rails, platforms, boost rings, and so on are just inexplicably floating in the air all around, which isn't totally unusual for a Sonic game, but it feels especially jarring in Frontiers in particular because of the frequent and sudden pop-in of these objects and the otherwise very naturalistic art style. Of course, it's worth emphasizing that this gameplay and the version that I played were from an early build, but this is definitely an area that I would hope to see improvement in the final version.
Okay, I'm going to take a break here. I can understand what he's getting with that, but I don't think Sega team may change that much. What they may do is make it look more naturalistic. Like, they'll turn the rails into like vines you grind on or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna still have some time to polish it up.
Yeah,
But I don't know how much more polish they really need.
more or less. Yeah, but I do give them a lot of respect that he, again, hey, good critique, Mr. IGN man. You said that it's an early version of the game you're playing. You're still hoping for the best, and your nitpick is kind of small, but I can see where they could change if they want to.
Yep.
Beyond that, there are also a wide variety of puzzles and challenges that are littered throughout the zone, and completing them is how you uncover sections of your map. Most of these are very simple, requiring you to orient a statue the correct way, quickly hop back and forth between colored tiles, or use Sonic's new side loop ability to draw circles around certain objects in the environment to interact with them. The best
cool,
ones,
man.
though, are the races against the clock where you have to get from point A to point B. in a
Oh, we
limited
got
amount of
time trials
The openness
in some
of
way.
Frontiers level design makes straightforward races like these a ton
Honestly,
of
I'd
fun,
hope they'd have time
because you
trials
have to
in
try
this
and
kind of an
improvise a path to
open
the end
sandbox
that might
world.
not be
Yeah.
immediately obvious.
I think it's pretty cool to try. I mean, an open world running around, that's kind of cool.
There are some exceptions, but combat in traditional Sonic games generally isn't a thing that goes much deeper than jumping, rolling, or using a homing attack into enemies at the right time. That
Right.
changes in Sonic Frontiers, which now has you fighting all sorts of wandering enemies and mini-bosses using an all-new array of incredibly flashy attacks. It's not all style and no substance though. Sonic is able to quickly dodge using the bumper buttons on the gamepad, and by pressing them together, he can even parry attacks with the right timing.
Oh, he has a
Homing
parry
attack
as well?
also
Oh,
feels
we only
much more
thought it was
powerful, landing
dodge.
a ton of
Nice.
impacts,
Nice.
and keeping Sonic stuck to his enemy, allowing for a flurry of follow-up strikes. One of the things I really appreciate about the combat from what I played is that there are usually multiple ways to deal with specific enemies.
That's
Like,
true.
take,
We
for
noted
example,
that.
This guy, who has an impenetrable shell that he can expand into spinning blades and throw at you. One way to deal with him is just to carefully time your homing attacks so you don't get hit by the blades. But if you do that, the window to damage him is small. To increase that window, you can either parry the blades and knock them away right before they hit you, or you can even use Sonic's side loop ability to encircle the enemy, which causes the shell to go flying upwards. Defeating these enemies will reward you with EXP that
Okay.
you can use
Skill
to
trees.
EXP.
from the skill
Hey, they were
tree,
EXP.
which
We
gives
called
Sonic
it.
Frontiers a really nice feeling of power progression, even in just the relatively short amount of time that I played. Some of the later skills that you can get are just unbelievably cool, and it's super satisfying to see Sonic Team experiment with different ways that Sonic can attack enemies beyond just spins, jumps, and bumps. In addition to these smaller enemies, there are also a handful of enormous world bosses that I had to contend with. These are near Shadow of the Colossus-esque in their scale, with one in particular against a beast named Asura, requiring Sonic to bait the Titan to slam the ground and then boost up its arm in order to reach the weak spots on its head. It's an ambitious boss battle, far beyond anything I've seen in the Sonic series to date, but it's also the part of the game that needs the most work. Far too often, I'd fly off the boss's arm without knowing why, or I'd get to the top and for some reason lack the momentum needed to actually reach the head. Sonic must hunt down and defeat these bosses in order to collect portal gears.
Alright, I'm gonna have to stop him right there. The reason why you couldn't beat it because you suck. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Just kidding. It seems like what they've done is that maybe he didn't notice it. I think we noticed it in our trailer too. Is that every time you break a boss section in half, there was an automatic removal. So there is no like, I'm on the boss, I found his weakness to beat it up. Most traditional platformer games have you beating up the boss consistently over like a pattern. You cut a third of its life, and then you get to fight it again, where there's a new pattern, you know?
Yep.
So yeah, that's that in a nutshell.
Bite-sized linear stages, done in the style of previous Sonic games, giving Sonic Frontiers a nice mix of both old and new styles. These classic levels each come with a handful of optional goals, like beating the level under a certain time, collecting all the red rings, and so on, with each goal rewarding you with a vault key, which are needed to unlock the coveted Chaos Emeralds.
Okay. So you need keys to unlock the emerald to beat
Sonic
the thing,
Frontiers
do things,
is
get
an
it.
exciting new step forward for the Sonic series.
Well, at least
into
you know the Chaos
Uncharted
Emeralds are still
territory,
around.
And based
Yeah.
on my time with it, Sonic Team seems to have hit upon a winning formula. There's certainly still work to be done before it's released during the holiday season. There's a lot of distractions.
Whoa, holiday season?
There's a fair
This
amount
year?
of bugs still left to be squashed.
Apparently.
And the big boss fights could do with some tweaking. But ultimately, my time with this early build answered the one question I had on my mind. Will Sonic's one-of-a-kind gameplay translate into an open world? The answer is a resounding absolutely. Thanks for watching, and tune into IGN for more Sonic Frontiers coverage as part of IGN First. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.
Okay. So the one thing I'm gonna have to feel a little bit worried about is that this holiday season, we're currently in June 2022. The holiday season starts in, let's say, October, November, December. So
Yep.
from here to October, that's like 4 months, 4 to 6 months. They have up to 6 months to get this game ready to go, and I'm just a little bit confused about that. I was thinking this game is coming 2023, maybe 2024. I don't know. Yet again, we don't know how long they've been working on this game. So, but again, holy snap! I don't know.
I'm
a
interested
little
to see how that's gonna go.
Yeah. Luckily they have not taken pre-orders yet, so they can, promise us all the figurines and acrylics we want so much.
Gonna get some more Sonic Colors keychains. No.
Yeah, I gotta collect them all, So, I guess my take of it is that outside of my worry that's coming too early, who knows how long they're working on it, so that's that in a nutshell. I think that, at least, the guy from IGN, he managed to answer a lot of things, and answer things that I may have disagreements with or critiques of because how we look at things. But, he did enjoy the game, and we enjoyed looking at it, so it's something we both kind of agree upon. The game is gorgeous. It's definitely a different Sonic experience than, our previous ones. I mean, we don't have Crush 40. I don't know how the hell that happened.
Well, why don't we ever just get a Crush 40, just random cameo in a Sonic game? I swear, they still are up and running, kinda.
Yeah. The change and the mood of the game is completely different. I definitely feel that.
Yeah, it does make me wonder if all the zones in Sonic Frontiers will be this more like melancholy mood with like a mystery surrounding in the undertones, or if like every zone is gonna have something different in the sense of like the music and the mystery and how that's gonna go.
Yeah, I definitely be great. I mean, like, that would definitely be good because as much as like this thing, it can get a pretty bit get a little bit dull at some points.
Yeah, it gets a little repetitive.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it sounds like gorgeous, but it's also like I don't know if I can listen to this all day.
True.
And run fast.
Gotta go fast. And it seems like similar to other like 3D games or 3D collectathon games. Like I would say the older 3D games of yore is that you gotta collect a bunch of things to get a key to get the emerald to get to the next zone or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's many ways to get the keys. You gotta get, time trials, beat a boss, do other stuff, etc. So that seems to be pretty okay. I'm okay with that for now. I mean, that sounds like a good idea.
It sounds like a good concept. We just have to see how they execute it.
Yeah. And as we see, so apparently I think we learned too, they got EXP, so I guess we were right that there are different various attacks that came from experience points. That's kind of cool. But we didn't catch the parry, so you can dodge and parry. Like, oh man, look at Sonic practicing his Evo Moment 37. You know, gonna parry all of the boss's attacks and then win one hit.
Sonic learned something from the Black Knight series. No.
Oh no! Oh no! Let's not talk about that game, bro. Every Sonic Wii game. Look, Sonic, the Black Knight, Secret Rings, and 06, and you can put Shadow Hedgehog up there too, are the games that I wish I never had touched, okay?
Yeah, they weren't all that good.
No. Like, motion controls in Sonic, plus a story mode, I don't know what they were thinking at Sega. They were like, the kids love medieval stuff. Like, no, we don't. We love giant robots.
I could see a good Sonic Medieval if they put it more as like an actual turn-based RPG than trying to do some weird Mod Podge of a action speed RPG with also fighting mechanics.
Yes, because I love dueling Sir Knuckles and Percival. I love it.
Yeah, it was. I feel like there's a lot better ideas they could have done with that concept.
Yeah. And the siphon technique looks pretty cool, that you can use that to solve puzzles and maybe also use in combat. So I think that's pretty cool. I think I like the fact that a lot of the combat in this game has elements of puzzle solving in a way. So you're not being that repetitive, just going as like homing dash or punch forever. So that works too.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see that the combat is a lot fleshed out, because that is one thing that usually you'd worry about with the combat. I mean, I think, honestly, the best combat is still, like, the Sonic Unleashed?
Yeah, because the Werehog had combos, and that was probably it, yeah. Well, Shadow Hedgehog had a good combat. You had a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could shoot. I think the best thing of Shadow, though, was more the running away on a motorcycle, because, you know, who needs to run as the fastest being alive when you could just ride your motorcycle instead?
God, that guy was... I swear that he was like the pinnacle of dripping edge. He was just edgy. He had a motorcycle, had a gun. All he's missing was like an eye patch or being half angel, half demon, and an alien. Oh wait, he was! Oh god. Honestly though, I'm looking forward to more of this game. Hopefully IGN will publish, or at least show some interviews. You can react to those interviews and maybe critique some of the questions, or understand the thought process why they're asking them some things. And yeah, that's everything. This is the Sonic Frontier, I say, overview video. Scott, do you have any final thoughts to add?
I'm excited to see where Sonic Frontiers goes. I know that the community, I wouldn't say is divided, but it's very anti everything right now Sonic Frontiers is trying to do. I'm not the biggest fan of that kind of mentality, because I really want it to succeed, and I see a lot of ways that it can.
Yeah, I'm the same way, because it's like, look, man, I like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Those are pretty cool. Unleashed was okay. I like Generations and Colors, but if you want to be technical about it, without the gimmicks, all those games are kind of the same game.
Yeah, Sonic Generations is probably the best of those.
Yeah.
List.
Well, yeah, we got 2D and 3D levels. Yippee-ki-yo, you know? But it's like, I feel like Sonic needs a fresh air. It seems like they're actually trying to do it this time around. They thought it out. They actually thought it out, you know? Thinking is good. And they seem to put a lot of effort this time around.
A lot of differences with this, with like just the mood, the atmosphere. Like, this is not going to be a traditional Sonic game, and I'm actually excited to see how that works.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you don't get Sonic in a Dark Brotherhood, because that RPG, you know... I'm not saying it was a bad RPG, but again, that game tried, nothing against Bioware, it tried a little too hard to kind of copy like Mario Luigi Superstar Saga is, but for Sonic.
Yeah, I wish that we did actually get a good, like, turn-based Sonic RPG.
Sonic is also kind of viable for that, especially all the characters in the Sonic universe. You don't have that
there's a ton of characters that aren't utilized right now, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, could you imagine using Team Chaotix and like having Vector just running around as a Sonic RPG character, being the big bulky tank guy, or like the buff guy?
I would love that.
Yeah, I would love this. So cool. All right, before we get into pitching out Dream Sonic game, you guys check out our YouTube channel, Drop a sub and hit the bell as well. Be notified next time we go live. You be seeing some cool content things we're doing in the future. If you wish to follow us, you can follow us in our social links below. You can also catch us live streaming. You can catch me streaming on twitch.tv/Getselious_. You can catch Sithscott streaming on twitch.tv/Sithscott, where we'll stream live and talk about things we're doing or games we're playing. And if you guys also have a dream Sonic game or a cool idea you want to put, drop it on YouTube. Drop a comment in the video, and we'll read it and check it out and see what you think. And hopefully you have a better idea than an RPG game. Let's see what you guys think of. Anyway, this is Getselious and Sithscott signing out, and we'll see you guys in the next one.